Huh. Oh.
That's 877-331-01. Things are happening. These are amazing things happen. Now, we don't understand why they're happening so fast, but they are.
Because they don't want us to blow stuff, so they're trying to protect us.
Contaminating the moon. We just had the Indian probe go into orbit around the moon. They're going to land their probe. Their probe on the moon. I mean, things are active.
Boom.
India?
What?
India sent something up in there to put some land on the moon.
India?
India, yeah, it's India?
Well, I mean, they do have their own space program, so I guess I'm not really that surprised. I guess just considering other, like other events going on in India and Pakistan politically wise, I wouldn't really have thought that would actually be kind of a thing. So interesting though.
It's supposed to make some kind of treaty.
Like armistice treaty or some sort.
With aliens back in the 1960s or so.
Wait. Oh, hold on. I thought you were about to talk about like some armistice thing between Pakistan and India. What the fuck now?
Aliens in, I guess the United States are here. They're making the pact with.
On what evidence?
I
what?
don't know.
If you don't know, then how can we even speculate that's even a thing if we don't even know 100% for sure where?
Well, there's writings down that actually shows it in writing, so I have to research, but yeah.
We definitely don't have treaties with aliens. That's like saying that it might as well be like the aliens visited the Egyptians and like showed us the way at that point.
They visited the Germans.
There's no aliens. If there's aliens visits, it's most likely that they're doing it in a non-interactive way.
No, they actually
merely observing.
They showed the Germans actually how to work a few things. And then once the Germans basically they were defeated, they came to the United States, and we have all this technology.
Like, what did they even show them that could remotely that could have remotely done anything positive for them? Because evidently it didn't work out.
You have to research it.
There's probably going to be nothing because that just sounds really. I mean, honestly, it sounds kind of absurd. It's like what. Why is that black box back? Oh, is there another black box? God damn it, hold up.
I don't know where any of my phones are. There's one. Oh, there's two. That one should be charged.
Oops. Is there a black box? It's okay. Okay. Just making sure. You win at pool? Yeah, I beat myself like 3 times because he fell asleep on my ass. Like, literally, I left like 5 minutes after I ended the stream, and then I like called him up right when I arrived and didn't answer. I'm like, alright, I'll play a couple rounds. So I played like a round or 2. Call him up again. He's like, bruh, what the hell? And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell with you? I'm just like, bruh. I called you a couple times trying to get you. This is... So, just kind of a little blow off, so whatever. I mean, I did really good at pool anyway, so.
Good?
I mean, I was able to win a few rounds. Well, just by myself, I suppose. I mean, I was making some really good shots and stuff. Did you have your whiskey? Yeah. I only have one tonight. I got like a weird like caffeine, marijuana, like alcoholic buzz going on, and it's really weird. It's really interesting. Shit.
I don't like to play poker.
Why do you play it?
I don't know.
Because that's a... I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to finish that question.
You know, it's what it is, I guess. You know, you put your money in, you lose it, and all of a sudden you win it. Oh boy! And then you get the accept.
And then you like go too cocky, and then you lose.
Then you lose. And
it's a cycle. Go up and down, up and down, up and down. Everyone complains you don't go, and then they don't show shit.
I'm not a booze. Shit, fuck.
You are? Damn, because honestly, I kind of was debating on seeing if I wanted to keep going, but...
Huh?
You're out? Because damn, I was like, damn, I was hoping maybe split that pot. I don't know why I didn't think about bringing one back for myself to continue the thing going. I was just like, damn. Damn. But yeah, I show up early this time for people. Well, not necessarily early, but I showed up for people. And yet, I was abandoned. Abandoned. Though, I mean, to make up, we're going to hang out tomorrow, so that'll work out. Jeez. It's like every time I take this sucker out, I have to, do this with it. Hold on. It's a little better. Hold on, maybe I can actually fix the exposure. Camera enhance. Exposure. Oh, I can. Oh, there we... That actually works out really nice. I'm going to keep that. Sounds fun as playing Drink It Down Monday and Tuesday to get drunk, so maybe you guys can match up at night. He's in Arizona, so we can't really match up. It's going to be kind of hard. It's kind of hard to match up if you're not in the same state. Hard to do that in the same state. Just saying. Thought he was coming back. So he ain't great there. Must have misunderstood him. Yeah, he is coming back. Just not right now. He's got another week or so. And yeah, it's not exactly great. Package Junction's alright, but Phoenix.
Water.
Aquafina. A part of me kind of is hoping that Mike Johnson comes back, so I'm hoping he does. I'm just sitting here kind of waiting for him to come back. I want to continue the conversation I had earlier with him, to be honest with you. Water. Lol. I know, just the random blurt of water. A blurt of water.
Motherfucker!
The fuck just happened? Did I miss something?
Yeah, lost.
I can see that. I'm just curious how much.
That's why I hate poker. You think you got something, and oh boy, and all of a sudden you don't have anything.
I mean, that's why you just can't have. That's why I can't go like super like.
Huh?
That's why you can't have like the ego boost of it. You gotta like have like ego death when playing poker and just be like, nah, I ain't gonna make it that one. No, I'm not seeing anything. Nah. Like when the first 3 cards go down and I don't see nothing, that's generally like my cue. Probably not a good idea, especially if a bunch of people are betting. Like how the Beautiful People is very easy riff. I'm just like how I'm just learning Manson riffs off the bat. I think what much else might have been talking about is the multi-dimensional world. Oh my god. No, he's definitely not talking about a multi-dimensional world. He's talking about this whole, like, the technology essentially being used as his ability to enslave populace. And he's just using supernatural labels and words for it, which is kind of why I wanted to prick his brain a little bit, because I really wanted to figure out what the fuck he means. To be honest with you, I didn't know what he was talking about, because it's just like, he uses supernatural, superstitious words and labels I don't really ascribe to, so you gotta explain it a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that I don't want to know, I want to understand what the fuck you're talking about, but you can't be like, supernatural, blah, 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 blah. It's like, alright. I mean, it doesn't really help me understand, but... Who's that Dilly was talking about? Probably something he made up in his mind. As all people's interpretation of devil is. Trying to see if I could play it off to the side, but it wasn't working out really well. It leaves off this interesting hum, but that's about it. through about our brains. What does you think about your other thing as affect the brain? Are you seeing realities? No, that's just what my brain is producing. See, here's what is right about that. Our brain does create electrochemical waves and stuff. What is incorrect, most likely, is the fact that they're the same waves as Wi-Fi. And that they're that easily manipulated. They're manipulated by intake of what we do to ourselves, but which includes substances and like LSD and things of that nature. But it doesn't mean someone's controlling my mind. It means I'm tweaking my own mind. So does this devil reside there? No. Because it doesn't, because, well, the concept either, one, it doesn't exist, and two, also, would be a figment and creation of your own consciousness. So, it would just be something you would be believing, essentially. I wish I had my jerky.
Come here. What's the bag? Dang. No.
You little punk. Bear.
Come on. Come on. I'm going to bed. Okay, I'm going to bed. We'll see you tomorrow.
Alright, deuce. Oh, baby now he's hungry and gets
Good
no
night.
jerky. Of course he does. Of course he doesn't.
No.
Of course not.
No. Yeah, you are, huh?
Boom. Let's see me try to do it the other way. It's gonna fail miserably. Yeah. Doing it the other way don't work. Here, maybe I could try to do it if I actually had it, like, flipped around here. Hold up. Oh my god, this is weird. This is weird, dude. I can't... Fuck me. Well, you tried? I'm still trying. Fuck Amazon and fuck Exolotos. I agree. I'm literally trying to play bass inverted and it's not working. I don't know why I'm trying. I don't know why I'm trying. It's not... It just isn't working out well. Nope, not gonna work out. But this will. I tried Panda Express for the first time. The place feels cheap in a good way. Yeah, I've had it before. It's not too bad. You know what I mean? I go to proper tile doctor. We prefer Dr. Malloy. We have one a block for me also. I was McLogan. I told him I was going to be on my way. I showed up, gave him a call real quick, didn't answer, played a few rounds of pool, called. He was apparently half asleep. So, you can imagine how that went. I had a few rounds, realized he wasn't showing up, played one more round, dipped. LOL? I know. Honestly, it's like fucking LOL, bro. Really? Normal. We used to hang out at like midnight and stay up until like 2 doing this shit. And you're passing out on my ass? I got the medicine for the younger ones who need to wake up for the reality, so the doctor is okay. rise in power, they're doing the same shit as we did. Oh, are y'all talking about when, like, the boomers are gone, Gen Zs and millennials are gonna take power? Ugh. I mean, I wish I had the same optimism, but I just don't see globally us as a society moving forward in that way. Maybe I'm too cynical, I don't know, but, I mean, personally, for me, I just don't see us moving very far. At least in, like, the short to mid-term. Long-term is a little ambiguous, but everything in between all that is a little bleak. It just seems, you know, it's considering factors and circumstances of reality and how things are turning and blowing around and shit. You know, I don't know, you know, it just seems like, yeah, you know, like there are millennials and Gen Xers, you know, getting out there and you know, doing their thing. But at the same time, they are distracted, I guess is a better way to put it. I mean, we talked about it the last one I did before I went to the pub. It's manufacturing consent. It's, you know, manipulating different narrative to consent to ideas that may even be against your own self-interest. And that has created this whole thing where, you know, no one's really actually going to take an actual incentive to really fundamentally change what's needed for this whole system. And for what's really needed to be done if we're actually going to move forward, not just as a country, but as a species. And it's something that really is very incumbent on millennials and Gen Xers. But however, like in our current society, I mean, look at social media. I mean, look how vapid and like, you know, rabid and how like aggressive and, you know, we are towards each other. I mean, we see this every day. I mean, over the most benign of shit even. It's just like, what are we doing? Like, can't we, isn't there like this, what happened to the idea where it's like agreed to disagree at the very least? Like, I saw some stupid shit on Twitter, benign as it was, it's like, I don't want to see any military art because that stuff is a dog whistle for fascism, military imperialism. I don't want that fash shit on my timeline. I'm like, are you a retarded bimbo? What a shit take. You're an idiot. You should be mocked out of the room for your lack of, you know, ability to comprehend fucking art, you dipshit. You know, so it's just like, I mean, it's just another example of manufactured consent. We can't even take simple things and simple pleasures such as art without having to attack somebody over it. And to me, if we're even attacking the very art in our very day-to-day lives in our society, then how, are we truly progressing anymore? Did you see that movie where they forced voting age by giving acid in Washington, and then they had the power to put boomers in camps to force acid trees, so they, instead of 15 to 20, took over, and did you see the, I don't even know what movie you're talking about. Kids 12, yes, settled. We get rid of them, things a bit. I am completely I'm ignorant of this film that you speak of. Name of it? Do you have a name? I'm thinking of one, but it wasn't really the fact that kids took over. It was the fact that aliens abducted all the parents. So there's a movie that I'm thinking of that's kind of like that, but it's a little different. But it's a cartoon movie. It's Jimmy Neutron. It's like, it was the movie debut of that shit or whatever. I watched it as a kid and remembered that was something along the lines of the plot of the movie or something. But the TV show's way better, just saying. But as for this one, I got no fucking clue what you're talking about. Mo, there you are. I was wondering when you was gonna shows up. But it was when they took over younger, wanted to take from them. Yeah, And in a way, that does sound like it repeats itself. See, I want to eat the rich, but it's because they're exploitative bastards and they've done this long enough for us, so it's time to kind of bring it back up their path, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that doesn't mean we should just, like, outright just, let society stay the way it is and just, like, hope things are hunky-dory after that. We actually need to fundamentally figure out what to do moving forward and shift culturally and societally wise, to sustain ourselves. So, I advocate for both in that sense, I suppose. I don't mind that the younger or whatever proletariat, fucking working class, middle, lower class people, just common folk, average Joe, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the fact that they take from them instead, considering how long they took from us. Well, show us the bodies, Mo. Show us the bodies. Show us the bodies. Gotta show us some bodies, bro. What the fuck is it? Oh. I was looking at this, wondering what it was, I just realized it was just a pure leaf container. It took me, I thought it was like something else popping up from like Streamlabs. I'm like, what the hell is this trying to show me? Is this a sign? Is this the end? Like that meme of just like, is this? It's like the is this meme. He's like doing this to like a butterfly or something, and it's like, the butterfly has like text saying something. And then like, the dude is usually like me or a group or a noun, basically. And then it's like, is this insert? I have one saved where it's like mildest inconvenience me. Is this the end? Just like, is this the end? Is this just the end of my life? It's a fun little meme. I like it. But I do like memes in general. Memes are very fun. Wild in the Streets. Watch it. Because the kids are going wild in the streets. Hey, play on words. I like it. I like it already. If it's a schlock film, I might do it for a commentary sometime. But if it's actually like a legitimate, like kind of a grade A film, I'm not going to do a commentary, but I'll do a review of it, maybe. Take a stab at movie reviews. I need to start watching movies anyway, pass some time. Actually, like, something, Ojo took the corpses and burned them. Yeah, he does the cremation. He does the cremation stuff. I mean, it's a good way to hide hide the evidence, per se. It will interest you guys. Explains that movie explains your thought. You can't have a movie explain something for me about you. You have to explain something about you. I can't just like arbitrarily like insert movie as like here you go. Like because I'm gonna have my own interpretation of it, dude. So I can't. I really like you. You have to explain it. You have to like delve into that type of topic with this type of film. Like this is, it's not something I could just arbitrarily insert. This is what he thinks about it because of this. I just can't. I'm not wired like that, dude. Like I mean, I need at least some basis, to at least kind of maybe fill in some holes. But if it's just like this movie speaks my mind, it's like it's like what is it then? What is this mind you're talking about then? Because it doesn't explain much. Because it's just like, dude, this movie can speak to me too, but maybe on a completely different level. Because film is subjective. Because art is subjective, and art is just based on the perspective. And And in essence, your perspective is what your philosophy is going to be instilled by, and your philosophy is going to be totally different because you're going to have a totally different perspective on this film. So at the end of the day, I can't really go off of anything. Feel me? Huskies, handsome, strong. Exactly. They're strong boys. Do I hear something in the stream now? I don't know. Do you? We could definitely have a discussion after it. Sure. Or we debate about course country steak. Joe blocked me. What did he block you on? Twitter? Joe unblock his ass. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing unblocking his ass? Like, what did he ever do to you? YouTube. Well, you're still visible for me. Moderators shouldn't be able to block each other. I block no one. Look in my eyes, boy, and tell me. Did you or did you not block? I'm just visible you for you, not for him. Joe, I'm sorry, man. Yeah. Can you at least like? Are you seeing like Carl's chat at least, or did you just straight up do that? Because I'll turn the light off if that's the case. I'll manipulate the chat because as much as y'all are supposed to entertain me, I don't want to entertain myself. I see him. Oh. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all confuse me because I see everybody. I see everyone. Everybody. For I am your God. I didn't do a damn thing besides ignore his ass. That's a sad thing. Why would you ignore our friend? Boo! Ignore friends, boo! Ignoring friends, boo! It's not cool, no. Just ignore our bruhs and homies. Bruh. Boom. Just murking it with the philosophy tonight, y'all. They have no ideology. Oh, bro. My saliva glands overreacted and just went bloop. I have a mild spittle on my pants. Damn, son. That's a little nasty. I mean, I suppose it could have been worse. Could have been like outright green out. Just puke all over myself. Oh, that'd be bad. That'd be really bad. God, I'd just wrap the stream up right then and there. Like, I'd be, God, no, I'm not continuing that. I just curl up in my bed, play Battlefield till I fall asleep. I mean, I'm already going to do that anyway, but extra measure. But mean, I suppose we can have a little conversation about something about before about courses the country's taken. I saw a mention of that, so I am kind of interested in discussing that a little bit, considering political climate right now. Considering China and also Hong Kong and Pakistan and India, Europe, Middle East, that growing thing. Various different things we can discuss on this very broad topic. Honestly, I think my main focus is on the Hong Kong stuff right now. I'm kind of like a little like about it, to be honest. What I mean by that is just like there are like lefties who generally, would support things like this, but because there happens to be outlets of it, as this always happens to be the case when these movements arise. I mean, examples like Venezuela, in South Korea, also in Cuba a few times before in history's past, and various different times in Latin America and the Middle East as well. History's shown that. And and on top of that, there are, in a sense, imperialistic influences within it. Now, I'm not going to claim that that's the majority of it. In fact, I'd say it's a minority of the whole vital protest. And also, I would have to say the same thing as the key principle is that China itself is also manufacturing protesters of their own to just outright destroy businesses in Hong Kong. So it's both. It's kind of a both sides are doing it type of thing, taking advantage of a situation of the people of Hong Kong who legitimately want to have a movement of pro-democracy, which I still outright support them, and I will continue to do so, with some verbal, thumbs up support for them and stuff, and wish them well, because, that's, like, they should just be careful of the manipulation from both sides of this, that have interests in this type of thing, especially of China and the United States. So, I mean, I remember last night, everyone was, like, kind of ganging up on me because I mentioned that, and it's like, did no one, like, hear that I was like, bro, I'm still in favor of these? It's just like, we have to also acknowledge that people are taking advantage, and there are governments and organizations taking advantage of these protests for their own self-interest, including China. So it's just like, it's like, come on. I don't think I mentioned China yet last night, but it's something they are doing. So if I didn't, I am now. But either way, it's still a very fundamental issue that hopefully that the protesters at the end of the day win at this point, because they're the ones who need to. They're the ones who could take a stand, for this for a more people-based system at least. Maybe they might figure something different instead of what is a usual conventional system that we have. So who knows? That one's a little ambiguous, but I'm worried for the protesters, because I have a feeling that it potentially could get violent. And I'll consider that at that point, maybe that's time for their violent revolution. So if they do so, and by they I mean by the Chinese authorities, crack down using violence and especially lethal force on these protesters, maybe that should be. Let's see if they actually are talking just as much talk as they're walking the walk so far, and take a stand and take up arms. Because maybe that might just happen. I don't want that, don't think I, want violence happening in these situations. I want the most peaceful thing possible out of all this, but considering the authoritarianism that China's taken on Hong Kong, it's likely that it might, but who knows? Possibility. Of course, we sometimes gets warped by world affairs. Are the self-interests of the corporations that run our government warp the how we view world affairs? That bitch gonna have to accuse me of blocking him on Twitter. Did he ever go on YouTube crack down on him, not me? I don't know. But if he's still here, he's probably just listening. But anyway, I'll be right back real quick. I'm gonna take a piss. I'm dropping shit. I'm gonna go fertilize a bush. I just found a sweet boy. Ugh. In my adventures. Oh. There's an Australian report that came out today, starting. I think it meant stating the USA would have issues holding off China in the Pacific as we have gone down as they build up. It makes sense because we're on an empire on decline. And China's taking advantage of that. So, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, of course China is going to take advantage of that type of scenario and build up from that. So, Australia might have to resort to other means. Hey, buddy. Aw. Hong Kong is a serious situation to see the internal affairs, and we are instigating problems. Yeah, it's going both ways. I mean, they're instigating as much as we are in this scenario. Well, they are more, if anything. Aww. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, hi. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? Aw. Aw. Oh, you see some food down there, don't you? Alright. Go on. Seriously? You like just slowly edge your way down? You're such a goofball. You're finding a really hard time to try. What are you doing? What are you doing, dude? Such a goofball. Mary. Meow, Mary. Eat your food, you goof. Well, sunscreen and so on here. Honestly, they're not in a more as serious a predicament as Hong Kong is. They actually have been off and on been able to at least have talks in between shit. Better progress in Hong Kong, I would say. Yeah. Israel and Iran, obviously, that's just a clusterfuck that ain't going to be solved. Same thing with the Palestinian issue, to be honest with you. International intervention isn't like on a diplomatic or economic sense can only go so far, and money and lobbying and the donations, everything against it is just well, it's very, very strong in comparison. Like AIPAC is like a serious political lobbyist firm that exists in well, maybe they're not firm, but they're that they exist solely on pretty much pushing like any Israeli narrative. We have trigger spots over. Yeah, we do. Because for some reason there are people out there that think we're just living a hunky-dory world. Funny. What happened to Honduras? Probably still fucked up. Probably still messed up, especially after the years of exploitation the United States has done over there. So, probably it's just still very messed up. And that's the chance that that's what happened. So. Not good. Obviously not. U.S. interventionism has never done anything good or productive for the world. That's why I am such an internationalist in the sense that I want global international affairs and communities happening instead of just one country doing everything. Like the U.S. being the world police. It should be the U.S. amongst nations, not the U.S. above nations, dictating what should be done. If you understand that premise, it should be a pretty basic idea to understand. We should be a nation among nations, not a nation above nations. Get that premise, you kind of get my idea. It's a very easy one to understand, too. So, hopefully none of you think too hard on it. I would hope. And Trump, if he sees he may lose the election, might do something and make a mistake. Oh, if he loses, dude, I'd be surprised. But depending on who's elected, you know, we just might get the same old, right? Here comes the new boss, same as the old boss. That's going to change. It's not necessarily true. Things are going to keep changing. It's just that no one said that had to be a positive change. You know what I mean? No one necessarily said it had to be positive. Where did Carl go, that little bitch? I want to ask if him and I want to play Battlefield or some shit before I go to bed. Because I told me down to do that. Guess I'll just ask him after this. You didn't take my bet and leave that Biden thing up for Stefan. Oh. I'll put up there next to the socialism is based. Socialism is based. I think it'll work pretty nicely with each other. And then it makes me feel like there's something in my damn bitch. I really am not too sure, dude. Everything seemed fine. You apparently could see him. So I don't know. I mean, I guess if you block someone, you can still technically see their shit. Oh, no, not... Oh... Yeah. Because I'm blocking them from seeing your stuff. You might still see their shit, unless you want to mute them. Block to all the sense of, like, nothing. I don't want to hear no pipe here, paper hair. Nope. That's kind of on my level, you know. I don't want to deal with the bullshit. Just like, go away. I blocked you, it's probably for good reason. But chances are, I can do that. Because I don't think there's really much of a good reason to block people anyway. Maybe for very specific occasions, but that hasn't reached upon me yet. Though I've been blocked a few times. Because people are dumb. So, gotta love it. Come on, let's do anything to mods. As far as I know, no. So. You see his words I did. He's just like, Joe blocked me on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's pretty much all he says, so, I mean, it's kind of a little arbitrary, but I don't know. I don't really, like, again, I don't really worry too much about, like, what goes on in chat a lot of times, just mainly because it's like, it's It's more unnecessary drama to bestow myself on. I just read it and respond to it. Like I just did. So. Not that I don't take anything out of conversations, I do, but it's just like, I mean, it's just easier to just kind of take it at face value for what the comment was. Unless you're discussing a big, broader conversation, but I find it easier. Having mixed emotions about call like Austin for you. Yeah. I mean, I know what you mean on that one for damn sure, dude. They got me pissed for good reason. I mean, I don't know what the actual reason is, but from what I know, but if it's what I think it is, I don't know. I don't think it really is. I think it's just like, I mean, you know, there was a joke that was made that he usually does, and he's always an edgelord, and goes very savage-wise. Bandit, shut the fuck up. And, you want to come over here instead? Meow. Make me lose my train of thought, you dork. Anyway, but because, you know, he just ends up being like an edgelord and stuff, I just, like, take a fat grain of Paul's ego. Fat grain of salt. I don't take it really that seriously, just because, like, I know and probably shouldn't. Because I don't think he really literally means that on, like, a literal sense. Now, if he was saying you're literally this, that's one thing. But if you're just like, you know, just kind of rambling on, doing his own thing, I think that's just a little different. So, I don't know. Or not call some show. Now, you don't got. I mean, you don't got to do that if you. I mean, if you want to, I guess. Bandit. What? You're just a weirdo. Meow. That got your attention. Bandit. Bandito. Sweet boy. Isn't it bitch and moan until you go outside? Seriously? Like, seriously? I'm gonna wait until you start nadding at that doorknob. Because I know you will. You know, let's go see if you will. Let me walk up to him, because I know he will. Watch. Ow. Yeah. He's rubbing his head all over this thing. He's like, yes. Oh. Meh. Oh, he's got a paw on there. He's got a paw. Meow. Come on. Just rub your head over like a dork. Hey, no. You're just a whiny little bitch, aren't you? You just want to be a whiny little bitch. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Whiny bandito. He's like, I want out. Now my ear itches. Fuck you. It's just like, this whole event is frustrating. I was trying to just like get him to just like boop boop, you know, do that thing with Paul, but he just got like, I I was like, bruh, like he legit tries to open that door. Like he knows how the mechanism works. Pedophile has to. Oh my god, dude. I mean, one of my point I'm trying to make is that no one is taking it this seriously. Like, I mean, no one's making a big deal over it because it's meant to be satire. So, I mean, that's kind of the point I'm trying to make. Well, at least from earlier, while Bandit was bitching. But honestly, though, if I was like 8 years younger, it would be a completely different story. So, I mean, let's be fair. I mean, in comparison, I'm kind of teetering on that edge. In comparison. TikToks are supposed to be funny, and they are. Whenever it's like, how are you doing? You just replace this note now with, where the bodies, Joe? Where the bodies? That's part of the meme. Again, like, my point still stands. No one's taking this seriously. I mean, so I don't know what to, like, say. So, I mean, you don't gotta explain nothing to me, dude. It's fine. I mean, for me, it's whatever. I don't care either way. Like, I mean, like, if you got something with him, that's up to you two to kind of deal with. I mean, I don't, like, there's nothing for me, like, I don't, there's not much for me to say besides that just, like, joke, like, he's just an edgy joke, like, maker and shit. Like, he makes edgy jokes. It's part of his nature. So I don't know what else to say, you know? Well, the thing is, that would probably never happen. Because you don't see me just doing these streams willy-nilly in public. They're in the privacy of my own home. So, that's the rule number 1. So, unless you're doing a public event, like if, let's say, there's a protest for Portland, I would probably do a stream of that. But beyond specific events and things like that, don't have it public. Like, if anything, there would probably be a few, like, if anything, like a Twitter post, that'd probably be, like, not really noticed. So, I mean, moving that side. Damn. This light can actually produce some heat. Like, I'm actually kind of warm with this beaming on me. Maybe it could work as like a tan. Maybe if I just did this, maybe I'll tan myself over time. Yeah. I'm not going to do that, though. But Oh, I can see all of you. Well, hey, when the winter comes up, that light is going to be fucking useful. So, I mean, it's going to get cold. Well, maybe. The whiteness glory. So, yeah, it's so bad it reflects, see? I have my hand not even on camera view, but it's already reflecting, see? Barely in view and it's reflecting hard. I'm so right, I literally reflect. I'm literally saturated. Like, seriously, I'm fucking saturated. Maybe I can lower the exposure some more. Maybe I could do that. Oh yeah, that's way better. Jesus Christ. 5 me. Yeah, this is way better. Well. As long as I don't have my hand near it, we should be okay. So, well, I guess scrolling, I can keep it from doing that. Okay, cool. I can compare to darkness. Well, I prefer darkness, unfortunately. But I do like light at the same time. I like both. I like a balance of both, if that makes sense. Because usually a lot of my lights are artificial. Still light, though. I don't know, but it seems like I definitely get a lot of light artificially in comparison. Man, those things get filled up so quickly. I'm referring to our bottles. Those things fill up a lot, especially if how much rubber pops drinks. Like, I have water bottles and stuff like that in there, and they make up like 10% of the whole thing. Like, damn. Damn. That's some crazy shit, y'all. No one came back? That's all good. The conversation with the AI thing and all that crazy shit about the Empire and the demons. You know, all that shit. Like, that'll be for another time. We'll have it again, I'm sure. It'll be all back in my mind. Well, I mean, since it's the case, I might as well just lap it up if I want to find a little bowl and shit like that. I wonder about it. I don't. I wonder about his psyche about it, like his rationale for it, but that's about it. I wonder about his rationale and so where he got that conclusion. And with the little brief moment I was able to discuss with him, it's like it wasn't really explained or laid out for me, so I was just kind of left to be in my own little confusion. Just like, well, I guess it's okay. You know, it's just like, okay then. I mean, thing is, man, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and those are some extraordinary claims, my friend. And none of it was really sufficient for me. So, not sold. It's hard to say. Oh, kitty. Just popped out in the middle of nowhere. Well, okay. Good kitty, kitty. Little puss. Gonna leave my sorry ass, are you? Oh, I gotta sleep and shit. Man, need some food. The poor baby. You know, I think I realize why you say poor so much, because your generation refers to poor baby as something that's cute and innocent. Why can't you just see cute little baby instead? Or just be like, aw, sweet kitty, or some shit. Like, when I think of poor, I just think of sad, downtrodden, and like, you know, in a poor state in its environment and stuff like that. But there's none of that. Especially with Bandit. Like, he is a happy kitty. He is a happy, sweet boy. And Jesus Christ, cat, that's why he uses litter box. Fuck me. Oh, God. No. Woo! Woo, booey. Baba booey. Damn, kitty. Yeah, you're a little proud of your chemical warfare. Little fuck. You're deciphering my words. Yeah. Because I decided to kind of learn a little bit about boomer words. Like, Paul baby. Stuff like that. And I found that it's definitely a different meaning in comparison to what I think of it, at least. So, yeah. Alright, I'm smoking this. I'm getting the fuck out of here because Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, man. You fucking bastard. You bastard cat. I cleaned mine today. They got a hold of my Paul Park and went to town on them. Or went through them. Oh, damn. Damn, son. Yeah. We changed, I think they're going to be changed tomorrow, I believe. Because, for us, like, trash pickup's usually, like, Thursdays. So we at least do them once a week. I mean, we cycle them around every, a couple days, but, like, actually, like, having it, like, dispose, like, total recycle and shit. Like, we have, like, a little skipper thing, and it's just like that works out. Oh, so much better. There's, like, a mild ting of it left, but it's just so much better now. I can actually kind of bear it. Alright, hold up. Weed. I got the scent of weed now in my nostrils. Excelente. Excelente. There's some on a rug in front of it. Damn. It's basically a sign that you probably should just change it. Like, one of them, I don't know which one it is specifically, but one of them literally will, like, bury the litter outside the box. And it's just like, what the fuck? It's so annoying. It's like, what the hell? But then it makes the other cats be like, oh, it's expanded. Then it's just like, gourd dormant. That's not what we wanted. Fuck you. This thing's bad. Dude, you're not kidding, man. You must be proud of your little chemical warfare, huh, kitty? Come here. Damn. Can't find emoji for gas mask. They don't have one. Well, they should, though. That'd be kind of cool to have, honestly. Be nice to see. Yeah. Hey, having hairs. Don't ever have pets and smoke weed at the same time. You will find these annoying little rascal strandy little hairs that get into everything. It's annoying. What the bed or the rest? after I smack some burritos down, I'm gonna be good. Because I have a little nip for an appetite right now. But anyway. That was a nice one. That was actually like really pleasantly smooth. Not saying you. Well, hey. It was good rating you. Anyway. Alright, but up for now. So peace out. And deuces, y'all. I'm gonna get some sleep.